Time. We have Storylock. Great to see you guys. Thank you for joining us today. It's good to see you again, Skipper.
It's a delight seeing you there, Dale. How's Coin World UK handling his wonderful week now that the weekend's over?
Busy weekend. Just trying to sort out a load of stuff. What else do I do? Oh, do you know what? I do a massive sort out at the moment. That's what I'm into at the moment. So yeah, it's been. I mean, it looked like it, but Zoe's just gave me the evils. She said, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just want to get everything sorted out properly.
Wow, I got all kinds of stuff that's been going on this week. I placed second in a cribbage tournament. So
yeah, you had some practice, didn't you?
Yeah, I made some money. Thank goodness. I wasn't against you, or I would have lost. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, you when was that? Was that over the weekend?
Yeah, no, it was on Tuesday.
Oh, right.
Every Tuesday they have it. So it was a lot of fun. And let's see, I won. Well, actually, Tracy won a sticker pack off Mare Video on Sunday. Fun dining in Alberta. She comes on to check out, see what's going on, and sure enough, she gets picked for the package. So she's getting that. She doesn't have a sticker board, so I'll get it.
So you basically won it.
What the hell are all those stickers for? Well, I collect them. You collect too much. So that, and I'm currently I'm still sorting out coins. At the Legion, they had a meat draw, and everybody pays with toonies and loonies. And I'm there, and I'm drooling because I'm going, wow, look at all that coinage. So I took out $200 after the meat draws were done. I said, I'll buy up all your toonies and loonies. Out of it, I picked up 23 commemorative coins.
Cool.
So I picked up the 23, and the rest I just, bought groceries, whatnot, just regular money. But I held on to all the special stuff, so that was kind of cool.
That's really, really good. That is really good. I had my packaging. I have done a video for next week. I always do my odd days on, my odd things on a Thursday. So you're going to see this next week, but I'm going to give you a sneak preview. I had to change my book around.
You had to change your book around?
Yeah. Because it's going to get confusing otherwise. Okay. This is what I got. This is the old £5 note. This is the pre-decimal £5 note.
Right.
No, I don't know old Christopher Tyers. I don't know if he remembers this one. But then it will go the pound note, which is that one there. Then it will go the 10 shillings. That's the 50p basically. So 50p, pound, £5. Then I want to get the £10, the £20, and then the £50.
Right.
To go to. And the way I've got it, situated is this. Then is going to be the post-decimal banknotes that I like as a kid. There's going to be a £50, a £20, a £10, a £5, a pound. So that's going to be the last of, and then we've got the last Queen Elizabeth paper money, which is going to be a 50, a 20, a 10, and a 5. That's another one I picked up.
Yeah.
That's paper money we had. And then it's obviously I need to get a 50 there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the 20, then the 10, and then the 5. And then obviously I want to get the King Charles ones to go there. So I'll have the pre-decimal. I'll have the ones before before they changed it. The last pre-decimal banknotes to the banknotes that I remembered as a kid. The ones I like. There's so many, but just ones I liked personally. I get like the brown £10 note, the dark blue £5 note. So they go through the years. And then the last Queen's £10 notes that was in service as paper, and of course the polymer ones. So and then obviously it's going to be the King Charles ones, but that's the ones I've changed over.
Gosh, if you keep putting those pounds in that book there, it's going to weigh a ton.
I know, right?
Only North Americans will get that joke.
Well,
how many pounds?
I got it. I didn't wait. Babe.
Oh, it's always going, what? What?
Yeah, I've got some awesome stuff now. I don't think I've shown everything on here, but I've got pages are starting to fill up now. So
Christopher got it.
Neil collects.
Ooh.
He says, hi, everyone. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, so I've got a new goal. I'm going to go off the Maundy set, save it for the £50 post-decimal banknote. 50, 20, 50, 20, 10, no, 50, 20, 10. That's right, yeah, that's going to be odd. 50, 20, 10, 5, 1, and the 10 shilling. And then the 50, 20, 10, 5, £1. And then a 50, 20, 10, 5. Yeah, because we had the pound coin, obviously. And then the 50, 20, 10, 5. And we didn't have a pound note then, so obviously had the new round, well, the new shape pound coin. So, which I think is, yeah, I wish I'd changed the design. They're absolutely rubbish. So let's have a look in chat then. We have Christopher Ty, Neil collects, and Starlock was here. Who was that?
That's one of the commemoratives I found at the Legion. Alexander Graham Bell.
Oh yeah, yeah. Why does people think he was Canadian?
Well, you do know that we all came from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Even the Native Americans came from Asia, just way before us.
Yeah, right. Well, a lot of them went from South America upwards with the run away from the Spanish Inquisition. It's from the like the Incas and that. Chris was like Duke of Wellington £5, Isaac Newton £1, Florence Nightingale £10, and yeah, this one I remember. I remember the Isaac Newton, the Jane Austen, the dark brown £1. No, I think it was the Newton one. the £10 one. I honestly can't remember the £20 one. That might have been Graham Bell, actually. £10 is on a Graham Bell, I think. Grant Alexander, or it might have been on the £20 note. There's a Jane Austen £5 note. But it's I'll just have a look. I got him actually. I got the sets on coins. So the C series, the B series, the C series, whatever, going right back to the £1,000 note. But I can't think of the life moves on the £50 notes. It's very few and far between we ever had them. So,
I've had 4.5 people vote on the YouTube awards. That lady you live with, Dale, seems a popular channel.
Who's a popular channel?
It's because it's like dangling a carrot. You know, she's flogging chocolates and candies and stuff. And it's like, you know, flies to, you know, they being attracted to it.
Yeah, it's like moths in a headlight, isn't it?
There. Oh, that's a much better way of putting it.
She's got a great channel. She works, but the problem is she's struggling to get over 1,000 hours. That's her deal at the moment. She's run just over 1,000 then. It was the last one 1,000. Oh no, 1,032 last month. But yeah, it's blistering. But she's watched everybody's. She's obsessed with little red lines, and she has watched so many people. And I know the Neil's run it. But when people say, I mean, I ran her hours and I let her build up, and I run a lot more than I run a load more. But I'll sit and put a few channels on and run them through if I think they need help.
Right.
The Shane Show.
Yeah, our Tracy was all excited about that last video she did at the original Joe's restaurant.
Yeah, that was actually quite a nice looking picture, actually.
Oh, no, we didn't get it posted because afterwards I'm doing the editing and I realized they had copyright music in the background so loud.
Oh.
And I went, we can't play this. There's no way we can play this. So I compromised this. I'll tell you what, I'll write down all the words that you said, which is a lot of work, and I will play non-copyright music, and we can dub over top of your video.
I just got a phone call. Hang on, Skip.
Gone, just like that. Anyway, it was the video is only 4.5 minutes long, but so I don't want to have to say all those words again.
The best way you could have done it, if you'd have gone into YouTube Studio, and all you have to do is at the bottom of the violation, whatever it is, it says YouTube will help you cut out the piece. They don't cut the video, they just cut the music out, and you can put your own music in.
Say what?
You don't have to take the video off.
Get out of here. I was using iMovie, so and it's on the phone, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
You're saying to upload it as it is.
As it is. Then if you get a violation, you go down to copyright. You go into copyright, and I'll show you. It'll probably be easier, won't it? Right. Let me just turn this camera around a second.
Yeah, YouTube does mute it if it's a problem.
camera. No.
Polar Bear says yummy. And we got a great Scott raid. Hey, welcome aboard. Ooh, I don't recognize that. That is currently looking at some coins that that is.
Right, when you go there, yeah, you go to copyright, Skipper there. Yeah, and then it come up here which video it will tell you.
Right.
You got like a box that will go here. Yeah. It says at the bottom of the box, either put your own music in and mute it, or put your own YouTube music in. So when you go to editor, when you click on the content and go editor, yeah, you just go down to music and it'll put it in itself. So you ain't got to do anything to the video.
So I let me being, I'm an old fart, so I'm going to go through this one more time. So I upload it.
Upload it. Well, you don't know whether it's going to be a violation or not, right? So,
Okay, so I have to wait until they say it's a violation?
Yeah, because if it's not a violation, then it should be all right.
Okay.
So you might get. I mean, I had a violation going back 2021. Remember, I told you last week. And it was a video for 2021, for goodness sake. So it's sort of like here as well. What you can do.
What he wants to put Tracy's thing back over it.
Voiceover, yeah, you can do voiceover. I can't. You're an editor.
Well, that's what I was thinking of doing is utilize the non-copyright music that I have, and then do a voiceover. But I will not allow me to do a voiceover for her. It will delete the background, the background and her, but I can't get one or I can't put anything else in its place. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just get it back here.
I'm hearing movement.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to do, but when I had someone saying that they had their own music on when I used my free music off my phone, I had 5. It was all different music from all different tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this person kept saying to YouTube that it's my music, rather than going, this seems a bit of a pattern going on, right? And I said to YouTube, like, this is a bit dodgy that all my random videos, this person's done the same music. I don't think so, because it's not even his name who's actually, because it's got licensed free music.
Right.
So from now on, ever since that time, I had 5 videos removed. I got them back up in the end because I fought it. And I said, what I'll do, I'll just mute the sound off it. So that's what I did. And pretty, but yeah, it's a pain in the ass, because people can claim your music. Great Scott raid, brown sugar. Yeah.
You just noticed that now?
Oh no, because I couldn't see chat, could I? Because I was showing you my gold sniper farming.
Ooh.
I'm doing good. Great, Scott. How are you, my friend? Yeah, I was just I had the camera around the other ways, and I didn't have, because I got my chat on my computer. So
I scored really good at that.
you did.
All these
You
wonderful.
coming. We've got. Did you say? Polar Bear says yummy.
Hi, brown sugar.
But yeah, it's that is why now I only use music from YouTube, because then I've got no problems with it. You know what I mean? I can always put the music in afterwards. So I did a video.
I do the same thing, but when you're videotaping in a restaurant and they have the music going in the background, it's a whole different story.
You can.
No, I'm saying you can't go to the.
Oh wait, no, you can't. That's a chance you got to take when you go to these. They're either going to have music on, but you can have the voiceover, but you can mute the background music out.
Right.
I'm not sure which editor would do that. I mean, Shane would probably, or someone know that better than I would. But I'm just saying that ever since I had those 5 violations, I had a strike as well. So digging up Carolinas. But yeah, ever since then, I thought, well, rather than chance it with this guy going, oh, it's his music, I thought I use YouTube free music. There's quite a lot on there.
Yeah.
But it is quite a lot. But so, you know, I would say 8% of it's rubbish, but 20% it's still okay. You know, Shane O'Neill will probably show you a good. Actually, I've got an app on here which is actually a YouTube editor.
Right.
And yeah, where is it? YouTube. There's an app that they do YouTube thumbnails and YouTube editing. So it's actually YouTube approved. And there's probably going to be a lot more on there than there is actually on YouTube itself.
Oh, look at that. We have got someone that's not okay. Look at that link that we got there. Digging up the Carolinas.
Yeah, it does. It takes a long time to find a decent piece of music, but I sort of go through the type of music or search a title or Neil says he needs to wake up. I think that's probably why he's tired. He had a busy weekend, didn't he?
There we go. Digging up the Carolinas. I got you blue now. Blue. We got Gold Farmer on there too. How did I miss you? Yeah. Put in your links, guys.
Where is Playstore?
Oh, Starry Lost and Found. I thought Starry's Lost and Found would have been moderator. There you go, Starry. Taken care of. I think I need to wake up a load of typos. Hey, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I think it's YouTube Music or something. YouTube, not YouTube Music itself, but Thumbnail Maker. I think I've got the other one.
Yes, puppy dog. What do you want? Go away, little dog. You bother me. Love you to bits, but hey.
Loves the uniform. It says digging up Carolinas. So your uniform.
What uniform?
The blue uniform.
I don't have my uniform on. I can put my uniform on for you if you'd like.
No, I think you're fine. Just on about the wrench. I saw digging up the Carolinas.
Oops. Where are you?
Yeah, put some AC/DC on or some Slipknot. I think Skipper like a bit of Slipknot.
Yeah, I prefer a reef knot myself, or sheet bend, or clove hitch, or round turn and 2 half hitches, or bowline on a bite. Fisherman's not.
I love US banknotes.
Fine.
Yeah, banknotes. No, I didn't.
Okay. Well,
Okay, Dorothy found Crystal Tyner collects the Shane Show, digging up Carolina, Quick Scott, Brown Sugar, Gold Sniping Farming, Blistering Barnacle Magnets. Polar Bear says hello to everybody. I need if anybody sees these people around, Kay's digging it. Heath's got his adventures, and oh, I can't remember the other one because I had to I deleted Cartoon Universe's things. I had all those people from that PC Coinstar, whatever his name was. I think he's opened up about 5 or 6 different channels now because he's opened up loads, and I had about 1,500 messages about coins, how much they're worth. And in the end, I just deleted the lot because he was putting out ridiculous prices.
Aye, now you've got a uniform to look at, matey. Fresh off the HM or RMS Titanic. I be Captain Smith now.
No wonder he sank, sounding like that.
It's like I said, the Titanic is still the best ship in the sea. It's got the best tubs. They still hold water.
Even his bathtub sunk. Should have plugged it.
Yeah, but I can guarantee you there's no drips on board.
No, there's no more drips.
Nope.
Just rusticles.
I think so. Yes.
Lots of rusticles on board. Yes, I was in the process of doing Skipper's package.
Don't send it by the same ship I sent it to you yet. That's not a good idea.
The RMS Titanic? No, that's all right.
Nope.
I don't understand why people pay for tickets before they get on board. They should get pay for tickets once the journey is complete, right? Because what happened to people on Titanic and other disasters, they couldn't get their money back.
The scary part about that actually makes sense.
That's what I think. Because
if they make it, they pay. They don't pay.
Yeah, have you ever tried getting your money back off an airline if you're late or if it's
very difficult?
It's a pain. Absolutely, it takes about a year before they give you some kind of money back.
Oh yeah.
So I think that you should pay when you finished, in my book. Right, I know Alex has put some stuff in here for you. Oh, these are from me as well. So, yeah. So you got crowns, okay, and you've got Mercury dimes, and you've got $quarter. I'm just going to send them anyway. I'm not even going to bother looking. I'm just going to send them because I think that's right anyway.
Some history trivia for you, Dale.
Okay.
What is the official song of the Royal Navy?
I don't know the Royal. Oh, is it Royal Britannia? I don't know.
No.
Or is it, oh.
You're the clock ticking.
Yeah, I can't. Go on. I don't know, to be honest.
It's Heart of Oak.
Heart of Oak.
Yes, Christopher Ty picked it up. Look, he just popped up there. Heart of Oak it is.
Coin around.
Hello, Tina.
Tina.
Ah, my American friends. It's good to see you. Tupac is in the house.
Right. So that.
Before we left port, I didn't go through a 2-pack. We went through a 6-pack.
Is that? Yeah.
And it was,
that's inflation for you. That is when you go
getting,
from a 16-pack to a 6-pack to a 2-pack.
and you get to be my age, your 6-pack turns into a keg.
Hey, I just call it a temple. I call it a temple. It's no longer fit for purpose, and I just call it a temple. Where is my pen? There's a pen here. Do you know what?
I'm going to put on my yachting regalia and get out of my official uniform here. Just.
Do you know what? Right, I'll be good at Jenga because I'm piling stuff up. It's like a dodgy pyramid.
Jenga? Is that like Tetris?
Yeah.
Only
these are what I'm sending you as well, but they're going to go in the same packet as what Alex is sending you. Okay. Yeah. Well, the badges are from Alex. These are from Alex, but these are from me, Skipper. Okay. And then you've got another whole bunch in here.
Badges.
Yeah, buttons that you call them. Actually, I'll put. I can't even find the pen.
So have you ever watched the Sharp series?
Oh yeah, a long time ago though.
Yeah, I'm watching it for like the 15th time. I've been doing it for like 2 days now. Hard to believe, like in the early 90s.
Cool. Let's make sure I haven't lost my pen in there. No. Where's that gone?
Oh, the work I'm doing. Just. How many of you have done this? With the crimping and the. Some of you have actually.
Crimping anymore.
I know you got. I can't find any of the ones you have.
Well, it's like they're normal. They're normal things. I just put tape over the edges.
You put tape on the edges. Okay. I thought it came.
Yeah, which I've done years ago.
I misunderstood you. I thought it came with the tape.
These are the ones I've done years ago with when I got fed up with having staples in there.
Right.
So and it's extra expense as well. So now I obviously for a long time now I've done it like that.
Oh yeah.
And I just get a label, cut it up 3 little strips, and fold it.
Yeah, I finally got Radio Jonesy's package out because he promised me one of those Australian honeycomb coins.
Oh yeah.
And they are so pretty.
I can't even think. Have you got a pen there, babe? Please.
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's 2017. Okay.
You've got loads in them.
I know, but I don't want to get everything out and look for a pen. I know it.
I ain't got one. Bloody hell, you've not organised yourself. That's not me, shush.
There was really a shout, was there?
I wasn't shouting. I was saying.
Right. Okay. I'll put my.
I'm not awake. Yes, I do.
Well, I'm sure glad that I made our Tracy happy. I got her a bottle of wine, and I won't see her for a while.
She got Zoe a bucket of tape.
A bucket of tape? Are you saying to tape up her mouth? Is that what you're saying?
That no.
Bucket of tape. I get our Tracy a bottle of nice wine to sit back and watch your favorite shows and relax
No,
with.
and you
Get Zoe tape.
what you should do, right, is get her a bottle of wine and put super glue on the edge of the wine bottle, so when she drinks it, you know.
Oh my goodness. Now what you do is you put a little bit of alum in it. Then
No, I'm not. I love my Zoe. You know that.
I know you do.
She didn't say the same thing to me anyway.
Better let her know.
Yeah.
If you can't beat them, join them. That's what I say. Oh dear. I found a pen. You're a mean one.
You're a neat one, Mr. Grinch. 2022. This is all for a grab bag.
A grab bag.
Grab bag. And grab one of my trivia books out here.
Yeah.
Some historical trivia. Something different. Hello, lightning dog.
Now he's going to do this while I don't have an advantage because I can't do that while I'm doing stuff.
Yeah. Let's. The Shane Show is in the house.
It's been in the house all day. Ain't you, Mr. Shane?
You know, I think there used to be a Western by that name. Shane.
Shane Show. Don't know.
It's kind of like The Rifleman, but it was Shane. Or it was a movie. All right, let's pull some coins out of here for the year 1990. Interesting. 1990.
1990.
1990.
I just got to do. They're going to get some bubble wrap in a minute. a nice little box. See, look at that. I know. Skipper's a Trekkie.
Oh yeah, but that's the captain's shuttle. Is that off the Voyager?
Yes, it is.
Boy, I'm good. All right, I got a 1990 Canadian quarter. Nothing really special about it, other than the fact it was done in 1990. This one has been in circulation. No silver in this one. But, during that year, there's some interesting things that happened. How many here can tell me what happened in Egypt? What special thing happened in Egypt in 1990?
They found Tutankhamun's tomb.
No. Carter found that back in the 20s.
Oh, 27. Sorry, not Tutankhamun. Is it Ramesses?
No.
They built Starbucks.
They built a Starbucks. In Egypt, they built a Starbucks. No.
Really, there's a Starbucks right opposite the Egypt.
You say you don't know. You don't know.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
For me.
I'll give you a hint. A goddess was resurrected.
Oh, Cleopatra. No. Isis.
What?
No.
Goddess.
In Egypt.
Nope. They found a life-size statue of Hathor that was made in granite.
Oh, okay.
And they discovered it at the famous Luxor temple.
It's 1927. I was thinking.
Yeah, it was considered one of the biggest finds in the previous 50 years, finding this statue.
No, I didn't mean to say Tutankhamun. The brain just came out too quickly. That was interesting, actually. Shall I show you what else you got in here, Skipper?
You're not going to leave everything for a surprise, are you?
Oh, so I can't leave the glitter bomb in there.
Another thing that happened in 1990 was the Vietnamese government, the forces were pulled out of Cambodia after 11 years of occupation in 1990.
Do you think sometimes when they do things like that, it seems like a waste of time in the first place?
I'm just glad that they did get out of there. There was not a healthy relationship. Mayor Videos and treasure. He's a treasure hunter. And 1990 was the year that in Canada the Meech Lake Accord floundered. It was Brian Mulrooney's baby wanted to make it work. Shane says the Cincinnati Reds won the World Series in 1990. I thought Shane was a Western book. You know, I'm curious about it because I can see the actual face.
Coin around. Right, try to make this strong enough. So, right.
I was right. Shows my age. There, Shane. There's Shane. See, it was a movie, a western. It's all about that. Yes, the Gulf War in 1990. That happened. Believe it or not, the Gulf War happened just a month after I retired from the military. Because if I'd been in, I probably would have been stuck on the HMS or HMCS Provider, and I do not go well on freaking that sort of ship. It rocks and rolls too much. It does resupply at sea. Ew. $1990 in the United States. Grapes coming from Chile were laced with cyanide, and they were discovered. And they had to stop the shipments of all these grapes. And in order to show that Chilean grapes were good, the president of Chile did a film, a newscast showing him eating Chilean grapes. And that was him eating the grapes.
Got any grapes?
That would be definitely the grapes of wrath.
President, I heard in the grapevine they were poisonous.
Papa G's in the house. Hello there, sir. And yes, Tina, he is really busy packaging a package.
Yeah. I'm trying to hide stuff and Skipper inside the box.
And while he's doing that, I'm doing a little bit of rummaging through history of the year 1990. Oh my goodness, I forgot all about this. What was the big thing in the 90s? It was those exercise videos, and they started getting into the pastels again. I see stuff like this, and I'm like, okay, that's cringeworthy.
Oh, the big shoulder pads and
Yeah.
the bright colours you can see from space. Yeah. And those stupid ankle warmers that people used to wear to the gym.
That's right. And yeah, you're right, Marlon. Pogs were big. Beanie Babies were big. What was popular cartoon? Well, mind you, though, I think that was a little later in the 90s. Was the Gargoyles.
Battle of the Planets. No, that was 80s. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what was over here, baby. I passed my driving test in 1990.
1990, Princess Diana visited New York City to a pediatric center that was dealing with children with AIDS.
1990. What else happened in 1990?
Yeah, you can still watch Gargoyles. I think they're on, Netflix or something.
Was it 91? I think, or 92 when the Premiership changed. I think Nottingham Forest won 1990. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah. And after all the turmoil of the Ayatollah Khomeini leaving France, going to Iran, having the issues with the U.S. folks stuck in the embassy and the Canadians getting them out, in 1990, the old Ayatollah Khomeini popped his clogs.
Skip, don't be mad at me when you get this, will you?
You're not doing a glitter bomb in there too, are you?
No.
And I'm wise to that trick because I use it myself.
Okay. I've been good, I promise. I'll never do that to you anyway. And the reason is I ain't got no glitter.
1990. 43 states had been infected at that time with Lyme disease. Now it's everywhere. Thanks to those wonderful ticks.
They tick me off, man.
Yeah. I know, and I know Papa G which one he was too. La
Papa G.
la.
Teletubby.
La. You haven't done your paperwork, Wachowski. Get back on the floor. What movie was that from? You don't know Mike Wachowski?
Monsters Inc. So he says. Monsters Inc.
It is. She's always pretty good at that. Let's see if she can figure this one. Please, go flu, please.
Zoe waking up.
Okay, has eyeball. Please. And she's can't figure that one out. No. Nope. That's Dark Crystal. Please. Tamerlan. Nope. How about I've been around 10,000 years. I am allergic to youth. Go away.
My sister. No, that's the. It's not Never Ending Story. No, it's 1986.
Yes, it is. It's Never Ending Story. It's the giant tortoise.
Was
I've
it?
been around 10,000 years. Go away.
That was a guess.
Allergic to youth.
I thought that was 1986 was Never Ending Story.
1986.
Yeah.
No, 1986 is that story of the Big Brother. The Princess Bride. The
As you
Princess
wish.
Bride. Really? can't remember the exact words. My name is something Matoya, and you killed my father. Prepare to die.
That's Princess Bride.
Okay, I gotta do a British one for you. No, 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 no. Yes. No, 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 no. Yes.
That is Vicar of Dibley.
Yes.
No, 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 no. Yes.
No, no, yes.
I like it when he's on Deal or No Deal. He won $1 million. He goes, he had a chance of winning £1 million. Is it £1 million? He's there, and he went, would you like to take this box for £1 million? He went, no, 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 yeah. He wanted to say yes because obviously he's going to win it. But he went, no, no, yeah, no. And he won a penny.
Anything with Andre the Giant is priceless. Yeah. I can't believe I still enjoy watching that movie at my age.
I like the bit where he, the Valyrian, he switches the poison over. I'm a Valyrian and I'm immune to this poison.
Here's a tough one. So you wish to challenge me? Good.
Zorro.
No, that sounds like Rocky Five.
Three Musketeers.
So Drogo then.
Well, here's a hint. Rocky V. One of the actors was in the
Oh, no,
movie.
Rocky Four. Sorry, Rocky Four. Then.
No, but you have the right actor in that movie.
Yeah, Drogo. What's his name?
Wrong movie.
90. It wasn't when we because he acted with Bruce Lee's son, didn't he?
Picture an actor strapped to a bed with no mattress on it, just the springs, wired up.
Oh, I know. Is it
Oh, you wish to challenge?
what's it called? Had Sylvester Stallone in it as well. Red.
Yeah, yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Oh God, he was a Russian.
No,
No, it's not.
wasn't Russian torturing them.
Hang on a minute. I know now. Balboa, isn't it? No, it's too late.
No.
Oh, what's that? He comes over from Russia to search a cop.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
His special forces colonel convinces him to go back to Vietnam, stop doing his kickboxing in the Far East in order to do a special mission to save some POWs that are being held in Vietnam.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Red Heat. Was it Rambo Part 2 or something then?
It's Part 2. Rambo Part 2.
Right, I'm gonna. Slightly take them to there.
What famous actor used to always say things like this to kids? Go away, little boy, you bother me. Ah, yes, a little bit of loveliness.
Sounds like some more grouchy neighbour.
I know that's a tough one. It was W.C. Fields.
Oh, Coin Around got it.
Oh, look at that, he did. Well, son of a gun. Mind you, though, he has an unfair advantage. He's down in that area. I don't know the
I think
actors.
it's not very bad. I think if you either know it or you don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
No, you're going to disagree with anything I say. Anyway, so.
What was Disney's first cartoon?
White.
No, it's
That's
you're on about the Mickey Mouse one, Steamboat Willie, isn't it?
That's it. Yep.
Posey well.
Not too bad. Not too shabby. Ooh, that's a 2012. I got a 2012 Stanley Cup. That's good. This is going to make a great grab bag for somebody. They better like Canadian. I'm going to forewarn them. Oh, yeah. He had to put it down there just to show you. I knew.
Papa G goes the Smurfs.
What is the French name for Smurf?
Smurf.
No.
Uh,
And who was the author?
Lauren said less Smurf.
the Smurf.
Le
blue.
Smurf. Le Smurf. Le
The
bleu.
blue one. It was the blue one.
Yeah, they're probably looking it up online right now. Smurfette. I would surmise that it was probably Strumpf. And the author's name was Peo.
Now we know.
Okay, I got a coin I don't recognize. Oh, it's 500 livres. And it's in Arabic.
Right.
Oh, I think could this be Lebanon? It's got a. Hey,
Show me.
does
Show
that
me. I
look
know the coins. Yeah, it's Lebanon. No, it's not. Make yourself bigger. Has it got? Looks like a cedar tree at the back.
that looks like a cedar tree in the back. Hold on. Okay, that's
Say libraries or anything like that on it. So I got two screens. I got a bigger.
See that? Okay.
Yeah, if you think it's it looks like a cedar tree. Yeah.
And I'll look the other side.
Yeah.
I guess I could use my coinoscope if I wanted to stop being lazy.
500, is that 500 livres or
500 livres.
500 livres?
Leave.
Yeah, that's Lebanon then. Do you know what that just means? Pounds. Isn't it?
You know, if Canadians had leaves, they would have a beaver on the other side like our nickels, so it would be leave it to beaver.
Leave it to Beaver.
That was bad.
If you don't like the coin, Skipper, you got to admire the packaging I've done here. I've got Ron's is December, so I'll do that in a minute.
You are wrapping it and taping, and I'm snipping and a snapping, and
It's not too bad. It could be worse, couldn't it?
ooh,
Oh, don't put any knives in this, will you? Because there's some delicate stuff in here.
aye. Ooh, what have I just found? Hello, hello, Dolly. We'll see what you got there, Dolly. It's got a.
I want to show you a Canadian coin I got, but I don't really want to ruin my video. I did
Oh, I can't show you.
because you get all jealous about it. He will.
No, what makes you think I will?
Because I think these Canadian coins was amazing.
2 packs too funny. He says, I've got 35 packages to go. Wait a minute. That's not funny. You know what? I always thought you were a rapper. My goodness. That is funny. Yeah, I gotta spend some time to identify this one. The lighting in here is not very good. I got to. It's one of those crazy loons that are flying out of the window. And of course, it is the font is like size 1. And it is what year? Oh, it's called a Lucky Loony. And it's a 20. Oh, there you are. 2015. Lucky. I got a 2016 Lucky Loony.
And I don't think Skipper's got this this Canadian dollar either.
You know what? There is a drastic difference shipping to the U.S. Compared to the U.S. shipping to Canada. I never realized how big a difference it is. As long as it's under an ounce, I can ship stuff to the States for less than $2. And it's an open. If I start having to use a bloody customs form, it starts getting a little higher. But you know what? I don't think I've spent any more than $20 for, and those were significant packages.
That's a kind of a heavy customs form, isn't it? And it goes up.
Yeah, it's the only place that I've spent a lot of money on is yours.
Yeah.
They wanted $150 to fly it to you and $75 to put it on a slow boat to China. And
That's because it was I mean, to be fair though, this package looks like a toaster.
cool.
Yeah, well, the weight of it would have bent the plane. That's the insurance for it. But people think it's if you're sending a package in a reasonable, just a normal light package, it shouldn't be that much. But what gets me when somebody says, if I was to buy a coin in the United States, yeah, they're going, oh, it's going to cost $14 to send, which is absolutely not true.
Mm-hmm.
I think it costs no more than $1 to send a coin.
Yeah, I've sent quite a few of them out. And boy, wait until November comes along and I got my new stickers. Oh boy. My mail.
I didn't use it. Just little staggers of tape. That's all it is. It's just to make sure it's absolutely secure, because it's not the post I distrust around the world. I just don't trust it here before it gets there, because that's when it's more likely to get lost or broken into.
And you know what? That's really sad, isn't it? That you can't trust the post office.
Because what they do, they know exactly. Because if they get used to you, they know exactly what you're sending.
Yeah.
So that's why I always put on their ornaments or token or metal art or whatever.
What I'm currently doing is with this grab bag that I'm making, I ensure that there's no duplication. There's nothing I hate more than finding the same bloody coin, 10 times in a package. As a collector, I want a sample of each. And so what I try to do is anybody that wants a grab bag from me, and I usually do it through Discord, I make it so that I let the person know. I says, look, these are the type of coins in the bag. And if it happens to be world coins, I'll let them know if it's British or US or Canadian. And then I will ensure that all the coins are different dates, so they're not getting the same bloody dates all over again. And there's always got to be one piece of silver minimum in my package and one unique item, something that's exonumia or a chocolate bar or something that's different. And so that when they open up the grab bag, it's fun. And I always check to see what the value of the coins are, so that they always, if it's a $100 grab bag US, I convert the Canadian to US, so I figure out how much it's worth face value, and I make sure I add in extra to make sure they're getting $100 or more US worth of value in the grab bag. It takes a little bit of work, but I will tell you, when people reciprocate and they send you, they'll send you the coins that you're looking for, like that one I got there. I got that one grab bag. It's only $100 grab bag. I got a Canadian silver dollar in there that was worth $400.
Yeah,
I think
I was there when you opened it up.
that was what, the 45, I think it was. Real, like it was a key date sitting in there. The rest of the coins were crap. Frankly, they were. But here's this thing. It's $100 grab bag, and I get a $400 coin. I was bouncing off bloody walls.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit backstory about that, because what he's not telling you, he was showing me, and I think we was on Discord at the time, and he was pulling up these coins. He was telling me about this, as he said, this grab bag thing, and he was going, "Oh, yeah." And I think that's when you had that golf tee, the silver golf tee.
Yeah, the golf tee was in there too, and that was worth like $75.
Yeah, you had the golf tee, and then he goes, "Oh, what's this?" And it was this Canadian dollar, and I never see a big man fall off his chair until then.
Oh,
So yeah, he
yeah. Overall, that grab bag was worth probably just under $600, and it was a $100 grab bag.
do you want to see my Canadian coin?
Okay, so there's the obverse. What's on the reverse?
I'm not telling you. Secret.
Well, that's anti-clip. Oh, okay, Confederation. That's the Charlottetown.
Well, we don't get these over here, so this is kind of special for me. Do you know how much this cost me?
Because you are special.
Oh, a nice special, weird special, like Zoe special. And that is in pretty good condition. I got it for £2.50, I think. I'll just check my notes again. Oh, I got it here. Come on.
Oh, Marlon, when you come over to the house, I got something for you.
Oh.
And there's junk in the house. I don't say that out loud because I could hear Tracy going, "Yeah, I know there is. Clean it up." She's done that more than once, believe me, Shane.
Yeah, £2.50 that coin cost me. I think. No, £1.50, sorry. A 1982 Constitution, £1.50 that cost me. Was that a good buy for over here then? Out of one of the coin stores over here?
It's okay. It's not silver, but it's still, you need it to complete your collection.
The thing is, I'm not bothered about silver coins, as you know. I like collecting coins that are unique, something different, something old, something silver, and something that that you don't see very often. Obviously, I've never seen one of these before, and I think the artwork on the reverse is absolutely amazing.
Beautiful, and for what you paid, it was a good deal.
Because if I would have bought that, say, off of eBay, and it was to be sent over, yeah, the coin may have been cheap, but the postage was about $17, $18.
Yeah.
And because I go around looking at coin shops online through my Coin News magazine, I bookmark the ones I bookmark on top of my computer, the ones I use.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll phone them up and I'll say, "Have you got any stuff you want to get rid of cheaply?" But no, this is actually £1.50 is what they had on the website. So, and what's the other Canadian coin I have? And I got a 1917 5-cent coin.
Cool.
That's a fish scale, right?
What year?
1917.
1917.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what was it, 1924? They went larger.
I honestly,
Taking that
until
off.
I actually look properly, I don't know. But
Taking it
I
off.
done a video. This video you will see is for next week. So I've already uploaded the video, but I've been looking forward to doing this video for a while. And I'll tell you which I really do like is this Australian coin, and it's the 1994 Year of the Family coin.
Right.
There you go.
Ooh, hold on. Let me make you bigger on that one. I want to see that one. Still blurry. You know what? That's reminiscent of the ones that we had. One of our quarters was done similar to that, similar style.
It's a pretty coin, man. What else have I got? My oldest coin was 18. I won't be able to see it very well. It was 1880. And as I said in my video, it's not all about silver or gold, because I can't afford silver or gold all the time. I don't even get gold. Is this one? You won't be able to see it, but because it's really tiny, and it's oh no, that's not it.
See you, Tupac. Have yourself a great day, buddy. Always a pleasure.
Oh, okay. It's not always that silver coins cost more than, say, copper coins. And this is a pretty cool coin. This is another Australian coin. I think it's Australian. Actually, no, it's New Zealand.
Yeah, I think in my case, I agree with you that getting a selection of the designs are important, and what you want is to try to fill every gap in your collection for whatever country you're doing. But it does get to the stage where I am right now, where I always buy up all the new coins that come in play and put them in my collection because it's easy now. But the older coins I'm doing now are all silver, with the exception of the fact I own all the pennies, so I don't need them. So except for the .36, which I'll never see. But because they are silver, I'm paying the premiums and the fact that most of them are key dates that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But that's aside. As you know, my silver I do stack, but that's separate from my numismatic stuff.
I mean, I'm starting to collect. I found a silver store which I didn't know was in my town for nearly 20,
that was
20 years.
cool.
20 years, because at the outside of it was like just. I thought it was just like a jewelry store, to be honest. And it wasn't until we went around the market the other way, because the way they were pitching the market that day, they normally have it long ways, so the shops are parallel.
Right.
But this particular time, they put a table like that, yeah, and it was some roadworks, well, some digging up in the path there, and one of them was here, so we had to come out the shop and go this way round. And the shop opposite I go to, this side here, had to go round the table and go over it, and then I saw the silver coin, and they do silver coins in there. They've been doing silver coins in there for years.
Right. And
this is what I picked up. So officially, this is my very first from an actual, say, coin store. This Peregrine Falcon.
Wow, that's a sweet find. And actually, the store is a sweet find. The fact that you went by it for so many years, never realized they had that stuff in there.
Never took any notice of it. I knew they did silver, obviously. I know it's a jewelry store, but obviously, unless I get it offline or on YouTube or something, but that's a big envelope. If I shopped around, I probably could have got it a little bit cheaper. But at the end of the day, it's my very first, and I haven't got to wait for it. I haven't got nobody trying to blink and steal it, through transport or.
There you go. There's the other one, eh?
Oh, that's a nice one.
So I got both the colorized and non-colorized. Not bad for a meat draw.
Nice one.
Yeah, that is a nice coin. That is a.
Yeah, this is going to make a really nice grub bag.
Right, Skipper, I'm going to go in a couple of minutes. So, because we've got to be up early, because I got to get a form sorted out for tomorrow. For the CAB. Yeah, I do. I got it.
Well, you know, Kyle on the carpet's going to be up in a second.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So
I got to get this.
say
I can't do forms because obviously I'm legally not allowed to do forms. I got to take this in to the CAB tomorrow, and it's got to be done by them. So,
what in the world is that for?
my disability. So, every 3 years I got to get this filled out. So,
What a pain.
I've already done my work one. My work one was easy. Just say, okay, but this one here is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I have to do something similar, but at least they gave me the option to do it online. Because our Sun Life has been switched over for our medical coverage. So some other outfit's going to be covering for us. I hope they cover everything we did.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what happens here when you get this. Now they do a really cheeky thing because my PIP doesn't actually run out until December,
Right.
But here they said they sent this out on the 4th of April 2023, but I had this on Saturday. So, and I got to send it back by the 4th of May. So I got to go in tomorrow and get this sorted out. So,
oh, good grief! Yeah, you're under the
so,
gun. Well, what day are you coming up next time then?
Wednesday. Be Wednesday as normal.
Wednesday.
So I've got to get all my medical stuff out, take that in there. They'll have a record of it from 3 years ago. The good thing about the CAB over here is that they keep all your records, so they can just then transfer the information over, and they date stamp it as well. So,
very good.
I'll leave that there for tomorrow. Because you got to get in there early, otherwise it's a case of waiting there for hours.
Right. My goodness.
All right, I'll be up in a minute anyway. So, good night, Lolly. Good night. Love you.
Good night, Lauren.
Good night. Lauren says good night.
Good night. Farewell. Love you.
In Scotland, they've stopped that. If you got an incurable illness of any type, in Scotland they stopped it. So you haven't got to keep filling those forms out, providing you keep updating them every so often. But you're right; it is a bureaucrat's nightmare. And there was a girl. There's lots of people ever since they changed over from DVLA to PIP. Good night, sweetheart. Love you. It's not about the disability anymore. It's about what you can do with your disability. So they've changed the aspect of it. And a girl had a guide dog. She was blind since birth, and because she can go up the stairs on her ass, they took her guide dog away. So she was without a guide dog for nearly a year before it went on TV, but there's been unfortunately, lots of sad news when they changed over. And you get these assessments as well. And I had an assessment. My very first assessment, I came out of hospital. I just had my tube in. I came in, and I was released the night before, but they let me stay the night because I had to drive back because of the anaesthetic. And I was in hospital for like 2 weeks.
Right.
And but I had the operation like 3 days prior, and then obviously I had to come around for the anaesthetic. But they was going to release me that night. They said, "Well, because you're driving back, we'll let you stay one more night." I got home and I had a letter to go in for an assessment at 11 o'clock in the morning. I got back about 10:30. I still had my medication in the car, so I drove to wherever it was for the assessment, and there was a guy there called Dr. Gerard someone, right? Now picture a really big lad, right, big bloke in brown tweed, yeah, and corduroy. Okay, so it looked like an old headmaster to me.
Yeah,
yeah.
sounds dated. Yeah.
Well, he goes, hello, Mr. Crane, how are you? I goes, I'm good. I just come out of hospital about literally 2 hours ago, and I brought my medication in with me. It's still in the green bag, not opened or anything. And one of them had to keep refrigerated, so it was still kind of cold. And I said, don't open that seal because it's one of my medications that are needs to be cool. And I've just taken a drive back from the other hospital. And he goes, "Oh, I look for your notes and I see you're on the transplant list." And he goes, "Where are you on the transplant list?" I goes, "You're not a doctor." And he goes, "What do you mean?" I goes, "You are not a doctor. You may be a doctor, say, I don't know, electrical engineering, or a doctor, say, as in a model kit, but you are not a doctor." And he goes, "Yes, I am." I goes, "Well, show me your credentials then." And he goes, "I am a doctor." I goes, "Yeah, but what field are you in? Which part?" I goes, "You just can't be a doctor. Are you a general doctor? Are you a specialist in any kind of human experiment?" I mean, what? I was being really cheeky to him because I knew he wasn't a doctor.
Right.
And he goes, "I am a doctor." I goes, "Yeah, but where did you practice? What university? When did you start your medical profession?" I goes, "Tell me." I goes, "One, I see I got Dr. Gerard here, but on your plaque it doesn't say doctor. Are you a mister, a master?" And he goes, "No, I'm Gerard." I go, "So you're not a doctor then? So you haven't even got a title on your plaque, but on your form you got doctor." I goes, I've been a patient as a medical thing for nearly 40 years. So tell me, are you a real doctor?" I goes, "Because I'll tell you this now, no doctor will ask you where am I on the transplant list, because it doesn't work like that." And he goes, "Well, I'm going to put you down to 0 points on." I goes, "You do that, I'll take you to court." And that's exactly what I did. I took him to the civil court, and when I explained my case to the judge, and there was a doctor there, he goes, "How do you know he wasn't a doctor?" I goes, "Because," I goes, "Tell me where I am on the transplant list then, doctor. This is what I said." I goes, "I want to ask this doctor here, where am I on the transplant list?" I goes, "Would you say that?" He goes, "No, because it doesn't work like that." I goes, "That's the question he asked me." And he went, "What?" Then he goes, "Well, go back out," and they awarded me my full thing. They said, he goes, "For my profession," he goes, I apologize." He goes, "Not many people would actually question that." I goes, "You should be getting people, non-medical people, doing this stuff because they ain't got a clue."
No kidding. My goodness. My buddy Franklin has been dealing with veteran affairs ever since he came back from Afghanistan, having lost a leg.
Wow.
Every 2 years, he had to submit a form to show that he still had his disability, as if he's going to grow the freaking leg back.
You're not a crab, are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And if he missed it, he would have had his disability revoked.
It makes me so angry, and I will be an advocate for anybody who is ill and well, psychological, mentally, physically. When I first had my disabled badge, no, I've obviously never had one before. I never used my illness as a disability, so this is my first time. and I thought, I wonder if these badges actually work. So I pulled up on a double yellow. I'm specifically looking for a traffic warden. It took me about an hour to look for a traffic warden, and I found one. So I parked in the double yellow line, and they goes, ah. And of course he looks at me. Of course I gets my badge out, puts the badge on. He went like that. He went, all right, no worries, right? And I thought, okay, that works. So anyway, I goes round to the other store because me and Matty, my donor, one of my best friends, we done a few weeks before, must be about 8 weeks. We done a birthday party. We dressed up as Star Wars stormtroopers, and I said I'd take them back. So I had my badge, and I pulled it outside, and this is about 8 weeks before my transplant, and this girl comes bolting behind me because I pulls over to stop, and she's there, me, right, and she's giving me the old waddle. I'm there going like this because I can't hear what she's saying because she's screaming through windows. I'm just doing this to her like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, a police car comes flying round because she's obviously the commotion, and he pulls up. He goes, "You can't park there." I goes, "Yes, I can." He goes, "No, you can't." I goes, "Yes, I can." He goes, "Who says you can park there?" I goes, "Your boss." He goes, who's my boss?" I goes, "Well, you're not a policeman then, are you, if you don't know who your boss is?" I goes, "The government's your boss." And then I goes, "I pay my taxes, so technically I'm your boss. Not directly, but, and he goes, how can you park there?" Because I got a disabled badge. He went, "Oh, right," he just drives off. So, it's just crazy, I tell you. And this girl went, "You can't." I goes, "Well, the policeman didn't do anything, did he? So what are you going to do?" And so I walks back in these stormtroopers costumes, dropped them off, pulls off again. So yeah, but I've had some, because you can't see my disability. That's the thing.
Yes,
right?
I do understand that. Yeah,
you can't see it unless you fall out the car and crawl. You know what I mean? People don't look twice. But I've had people pull up, right next. I've not even got my badge out, and I've had people knocking on the window like this, and they goes, "You can't park there." I goes, "I can." They goes, "How?" I goes, "Because I managed to drive a car into a space and stopped. That's how I parked the car here." And of course, I don't tell them anything because they don't have to. And if I'll tell you something about that in a minute, Christopher Ty, a bit of a trick for you, okay? And of course, anyway, she goes, "I'm going to take pictures of your car." I goes, "Okay, you can take pictures of my car. It's a public place. You can do whatever you like." And so I gets my badge out, puts my badge on the thing. She goes, "Show me your picture." I goes, "No, because that is personal data. I don't know who you are." And she goes, "I'm a traffic warden." I goes, "You don't even look like a traffic warden. You're in civilian clothes. So why are you telling me you're a traffic warden?" I goes, "You could be an axe murderer for all I know." And she went, "Oh." I goes, "Go on, go and call the police. I'm going to be in the shop anyway. I ain't got time to talk to you because you smell. I'm going to go. I'm going to come back. And if the police are not here, I'm going to go. So you got my registration number. And then and I'll just do you for wasting my time and the police time."
mm-hmm.
So I haven't got time to stand here. I need to go and do some bit of shopping, and so I'm going to go. And but you get these Karens, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And one guy, it was just me in the car park, more or less. I pulled in to go and use the cash machine. This guy parks right behind me, gets out, because that's a disabled spot. I went, "Thank you, I'm glad I'm not blind." Just drives me nuts, you know what I mean? When people can't see anything.
Yep.
But what can you do?
Oh, I know. I'm just looking back at one of the things that happened to me, and a lot of folks out there don't realize how Kyle.
Ooh.
they don't realize exactly how it can impact your life when you're trying to learn to live with a disability and you rely on it on an income so much so, and when it's taken away from you for stupid reasons, it
Oh,
can,
there's been hundreds.
it's devastating. It's devastating. I'm just finished. This is 94, so I'm really dating myself here. So in 94, I finished my schooling. I'm ready to go to back to work. I was trained in computer office administration and stuff. I go in. It was at that time when I still had to go into Veteran Affairs to the doctor to report in, and you let him know how you're doing and how you're carrying on. And I was having a good day. I was being honest. So yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, the medication's working good. I haven't done anything to aggravate my condition or anything. I'm feeling pretty good. The doctor, who I'd never met before, it was only like 10 minutes in his office, wrote me up in such a way where they took my medical pension away.
Yeah.
Suddenly, suddenly it was gone. Well, what happened? I had a house. I lost it. Within months, I lost it. I ended up having to file bankruptcy within the year. I had to go through the pensions advocate and fight to get my pension, my disability pension back, which I did, backdated from the time they took it away. But what has happened? I've lost my house. I've been bankruptcy, so I'm stuck there for 7 years.
Yeah.
And I had to start all over again. And the real killer was 2 days after I got that report where they took it away from me, I was medevac by ambulance to the hospital because I lost the use of my legs. And I was in that hospital for 2 weeks.
People just don't think. They just think, oh, now, when I was at work, okay, when my illness kicked in again. Now, I haven't had my illness. I had it from when I was 9, as you know what happened.
Right.
And it went dormant for a long time. And I had spats where it is on and off like a tap. But then I had about a good 5 or 6 years, maybe 8 years, I had no problems. It was the first time that I felt, I would say, normal. I don't know what normal really feels like, but for me, I wasn't in any kind of pain or discomfort. Never, my hospital visits went down from 3 monthly.
You felt good.
To yearly. And so, as I said, I never claimed anything. I've never been on benefits. I don't know anything about benefits. And well, when I went for my interview for my job, for my welding specialist job, I told them that I had issues with my kidneys. I go to the hospital every year. Everything's fine at the moment. Wish luck and everything. Well, when I was getting ill, I didn't know I was becoming ill until one day I went to work and of course I got all my gear on, and I'm filling up my boots with water, right? Because I'm sweating so much. And to me, I've been there at work 4 hours, right. and I couldn't get. Everything seemed really slow, slow and lethargic, and everything else like that. I takes all my stuff off. All I've done is this much work in 4 hours. That much welding in 4 hours. Normally I'm done, I'm finished, but it's that. Done this about 2 inches of work. So I goes over to my supervisor, goes, Matty, I'm sorry, mate, but I think you're gonna have a go at me. Because he goes, what's wrong with you? Because you're dripping like a tap. He goes, is your air filter working? I goes, yeah, everything's working. I've checked it and all that, and everything's fine. I go, but everything seems slow. Anyway, I sort of like sat down and I fell asleep on a table, right? Because obviously with kidney issues, you end up with tiredness and
right.
And of course, I've been stood up for 4 hours. Normally, I'm doing other things, but I've done 2 inches of work in 4 hours. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's going on here? To me, it only seemed like 20 minutes, but I'm like dripping. I have had to change my mask out. I've had to change my t-shirt. I think, crikey, I can't stop sweating. Now I sat on the table like this. Next time I'm asleep. Well, the doctor comes. When the medical care comes and they checks me over and they said, you're going to have to get you an emergency appointment. Well, my creatinine levels went down to 0. They'd done a blood test. This was a couple of days later, so they let me off work for a week. But they wrote to the wrong doctor. They wrote to this guy called Dr. Mack, who I've never seen in my life. And he goes, "Yeah, Mr. Crane's got issues, but it seems to be okay now, and everything's fine. He'll be back to normal in a couple of weeks." Right? I almost got the sack because they said I was lying.
Oh,
so I made an appointment with this specific doctor, right? I've never seen, and I asked my personnel manager, "Can I have the letter?" And they said, "Yeah, no problem." Karen, her name was a really nice lady. She's a nice Karen, and she's the reason why she's so really nice. Her husband is actually a brain surgeon, and so she goes, "Yeah." I goes, "I'm not lying," because no doubt I'm pretty sure this is wrong, but we have to take it steps through. Because I'm going to make an appointment right now with this doctor. So, can I make an appointment? Must be with Dr. Mack. Can I make this appointment? I don't feel very well. Oh, Dr. Mack's not in for the next 2 weeks. I goes, "Okay, I'll make an appointment now." And then she goes, "Fine." So I had an appointment with Dr. Mack. I goes, "I'm taking that letter in." And I went in there and I goes, "Hi, Dr. Mack. Have we ever met before?" And he goes, "No." I goes, "Have you actually read my reports from the hospital?" He goes, "Well, what's the matter?" I goes, "Well," I know you're on about £150,000 a year, because being a GP and everything. But I goes, "I can't afford to be out of work right now." And he goes, "What do you mean?" I goes, "Well, this little statement is false." And he looked at it and he goes, "What do you mean it's false?" I goes, "Well, go back to my medical history since 1981, okay, and then go to the hospital to Oxford, go and get their records, because I got a whole library of records over there, so I'm pretty sure." I goes, "Why are you causing out these accusations when I was sent to an emergency doctor in Oxford from our medical facility at work, and my creatinine went down to 0, but for some reason went back up again. They was actually going to admit me, but they didn't. So, because 0 means you got no kidney function.
Right.
So it was like a warning shot, and for some reason it came back after a couple of weeks. It went back up again, went up to about 200 and something. Sorry, it went up to 1,000. Sorry, it went up to 1,000. 1,000 means you got no kidney function. The lower number, the better. And it went down to 200 and something, about 250, 260, I think, if I remember rightly. And they let me go because my blood pressure came back down to normal. And that's why I was sweating so much. I goes, "Was you at my work at the day my kidneys were?" He goes, "No." I goes, "Well, were you there when the doctors in Oxford were going to admit me?" They said, "No." I goes, "Have I ever seen you?" He goes, "I had it recorded. I had my phone in my pocket recording the conversation."
Right.
And I said, "So I've never met you before. We've never had it. All the times I've been in Malden Medical Centre, you've never met me. You've never even done a blood test on me or a blood pressure." He goes, "No." I goes, "Right, okay. So why are you writing out two-line word sentence for nearly 30 odd years of medical history?" And he went, "I'm sorry about that." I go, "So this is what you're saying, and you got a mistake. You just got a couple of highlights from an old letter, and you just wrote that down." And I goes, "You got no access to the main hospital up in Swindon or Oxford?" He goes, "No, we only do our medical history." I goes, "Well, I've not been in Malden Medical Centre for years," and it's crazy. So he actually wrote an apology. I had the whole thing recorded. I showed that to my personnel manager, and of course, when she had it back from Oxford, the actual letter from my specialist, it was completely different to what this Dr. Mack said. And she apologized because you have no reason to apologize. That's why I went in there. But Christopher Ty, what I do with these, yeah, I go into CAB and they date stamp it. If you don't get it date stamped from the CAB, you won't get a back pay. They'll only do it from the time they award it you. But if it takes a year for your decision, you will get all that back pay. That's what happens on PIP. DVLA they used to do that, but on PIP they don't. So if I was you, I'll keep ringing them up every minute of the day. Just keep pestering them.
Can you explain what PIP stands for? Because PIP to me is picture in picture.
Permanent independent payment.
Okay.
Yeah, personal independence payments, because my wife has them as well.
Yeah, then DVLA is disability. DLA is disability living allowance, which is the one before. That's if you've been on DLA and you're running out, it will go over to PIP. Depends on if you're a child, you'll be on DLA under a guardian or a parent. But then you go as you turn 18, you go on to PIP, which is personal independent payment. My son, he's on DLA. Then you go over. I was in May. You go over to PIP. Also, it's your third time, so they're still paying them. Okay, because there's if you need to get what's the form? I think it's PB40. It's called a personal benefit 40 form, which the Citizens Advice Bureau fill out for you. If you want to take, that's how I managed to take this guy to civil court with that PIP payment. That Gerard guy. But yeah, it's bureaucratic over here. It really is. It's terrible. They used to be, but in Scotland they stopped all this. If you're a new claimant, and if you've got a progressive illness, you don't have to do it anymore, providing you keep them updated, obviously. But if you're a new claimant, you go for a much more rigorous thing, because obviously you do get people who do screw the system up, and it makes it hard for everybody else, obviously. But I'm not sure about the Welsh way of doing it. I don't know, because they have probably a different way of doing it.
We run off the English system.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I think in 2027, I think they're stopping the assessments, aren't they?
No, they're changing them, because I think what they're doing, they're changing it so you don't have to have as many assessments, because I think they're changing it to 10 years. Every 10 years you have an assessment, rather than every 3, something like that.
Yeah, I used to have mine every year. This is the first time I've had mine. Mine's supposed to run out in January, because what happened in the old what's it, and they extended it because mine was going to run out in May. It runs out on your birthday, you see. But mine was extended for 6 months, but now they put it back, and they've only given me a week or so to send it back. Like, I had it posted on Saturday, and I get that form filled out tomorrow, and it's got to be posted back by the 4th of May. So what, about 9 days, is it? Something like that, 12 days? Yeah. It's not very many. They normally give you like 30 days, but
in Canada, as soon as you hit 55, you don't have to do the reassessments. They're done. They just kind of grandfathered in so that it's permanent, which is a real godsend. You don't have to go in and see the doctor.
It's devil dog. But yeah, it's a shame when people are obviously, when you can see the physical problems or even mental health is hard for people to prove, because all you're doing is proving your history all the time, it's something you want to try and put behind you, because obviously people's gone through really bad things with it, and all they're doing is just keep conjuring up the past all the time, putting them back into, you go to pain psychology or pain therapy, and you're trying to get over whatever you've gone through, and then they're making you dig it all back up again. So it's like a cycle.
Yeah, unlike when I first got out of the service, where we would do what they call a second career assistant network, the SCAN. We are basically given a few tidbits on how to adjust our life, trying to work with a disability and find an appropriate trade. But now, especially the younger generations that have gone through Afghanistan and Iraq and stuff, they have OSI clinics through what they call a family resource center. And these OSI clinics, they have psychologists and psychiatrists and a great staff that do a tremendous amount of assessing to figure out exactly what kind of OSIs that you're dealing with, whether it be connected with a physical injury or an event or something that's happened to you, and they go through a rigorous amount. I think the one session I had 12 different sessions I had to go through, plus sitting in with my psychologist, plus going through the grilling with the psychiatrist, and eventually they come up and say, okay, this is what we feel that you have, and they gauge the assessment on that. That's how much your disability pension will amount to. Plus, they have follow-up resources through a regular psychologist you usually see twice a month, and operational stress injury support groups where you can sit down with others and without going through war porn and the rest of you don't need that. It's being able to manage your life day to day, being able to deal with the pain, with the emotional ups and downs. A popular thing is road rage is a real issue with a lot of the guys and gals. Another big thing is dealing with things like being hyper vigilant, which is a huge portion, especially if you're in a position where you had to worry about things when you're in the service that could kill you, and you tended to like going through malls is really tough for a lot of the guys and gals.
But yeah, because it's the sights and sounds and overwhelming.
Anything that will trigger you. Anything that will trigger you. Today's medical in Canada is really, I have to say, it's outstanding. With the exception that we're now under a PSAC strike, and a lot of those services have stopped completely. And I'm a volunteer with them, and so I'm not even allowed. I can't cross a picket line, even though I'm a volunteer. So I'm not even allowed to help out those members, except for if they feel that they're suicidal or whatever. I direct them to the suicide hotline or to one person in Western Canada, in BC. I'm supposed to direct all these people that I'm responsible for because they're all on strike, which really pisses me off. Anyway, History Man, hi guy. I see that you're hiding on. Really, you're looking sharp with a tie and everything.
You good? Very good, yeah.
How are you doing, History Man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
You just got home, have you?
Huh?
You just got home?
Pretty much. And you guys were live, so I wanted to know what's going on. So.
Oh, we're just having a chat. I got to shut down. I got to get up early in the morning and get this form in. This huge, this ridiculous, stupid form. They got questions.
The party, huh?
They got questions in here that trip you up. This is where you got to be careful, okay, with these forms as well. It's like, it's a government form, and what it does, they're saying there, for example, how far can you walk? Okay, now they don't specifically. Now, if you're in a lot of pain, you may be able to walk one day, say 100 yards without pain. When you wake up in the morning, you may have had a bad night in pain, and you may not be able to walk 3 feet.
Right. So,
but they say to you, can you walk from the bathroom to the living room? Right. Now, when you need the bathroom, you need the bathroom. Doesn't matter how much pain you're going to go through. You need the bathroom.
You need to go to the bathroom, no matter what.
So, if you can say you can do that, they sort of cancel out the distance of walking. So they've designed these questions in a way that you have to be very careful. And there's a point system. So they like communication for me is not a problem, but my communication for me is reading.
Right.
That's why I can't do forms, because my illness, my stupid broken brain, as I call it. Now I used to be able to read electrical engineering, drawings, anything, stuff like that, not a problem. Can't do it now. I get quick. I get really confused, thinking of words, and my brain just come out with something, and I just say it without thinking.
Mhm.
Like when I was doing a video one day, it took me about an hour to say the word Queen. Even though I can see it, I'm arguing myself what it's
Right.
like. I never had that before until I had my trauma. So, and I get angry with myself, not because of anybody, it's me I get angry with. And when me and Skipper was doing history with coins, it was really good practice to read. Even though I was getting a lot of it wrong, there's nothing I can do about that. It's just the way it is. I
That's
just
how
can't.
you are,
I've
yeah.
sort of like indulged it. It is what it is. I can't change it. So,
Right.
go with it. So there's no point fighting. Well, you can fight it, but what else is there? It's just like there's like medication, or cooking. Can you cook? Well, yes, I can cook, but I can't physically bend down, so I can't use the oven. But because I can cook, they said, well, you can live off sandwiches. So that's the way they think.
Right, yeah.
Every question has come with a cross-reference question, you see? So
Yeah.
it's very cleverly designed to trip you up.
To trick you, yeah.
Yeah, so when I get a prescription form to fill out, even though I got a medical exemption form to fill it to tick it, I ended up signing my name for some reason. That happened last time.
Right.
And sorry about that. I signed it. The pharmacist said, "Why'd you sign it for? You're going to do this ticket." I said, "Yeah, I know that." But you can't explain it to her because they don't understand the. You know what I mean? They're just doing their jobs. There's no point. I said, "Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's just the way things are for me. I'm sorry. I'm not stupid or anything. I know it's what it says, but you try and shout this thing up here to do it. You're more than welcome."
I mean, I completely understand, Dale, because
But I mean, a lot of people go through a lot of
that.
those things than I do. I'm just saying, I got that form to fill out, and I hate now. I used to do them every year, but now I've had my first one for the first 3 years. It's just come up. And they've only given me I don't know, when's the 4th of May to send it back. They normally do it on they normally have these forms out early to give you a month or so to get all the evidence together. But they've given me less than a week. You know what I mean? So, just over a week to do it. So I got to go to a place what Skipper was more or less on about earlier to help people with these.
What was it you were trying to say there, History Man?
Huh? You want me to explain my experience about all of this? So I never really got hurt or been to the hospital. I mean, I've been at times, but I never really got hurt that I actually in the hospital before. In my childhood. So, but I remember that. I really remember when I think I had to be the first time I went to the hospital for years on end, because last time I went to the hospital I was I had to be small, So, this was after my grandparents passed away and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really depressed. I was because my grandpa was literally the only guy that was there for me, and seeing him passed away right in front of my face, that was really hard because I was there trying to help him, and that was for Tase's birthday, by the way. So Mom mentioned it. So that was really hard for me watching him pass away like that, So I was really traumatized of what I just saw, and I was depressed for I would say for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma carried me to the hospital at least multiple times, but I didn't want to go because I wanted to figure myself out. I wanted to straighten myself out. I wanted to think for myself. And I went to the hospital, and for one time, because I went to the hospital 3 times, for this stuff. And I was in the hospital here in my town, in Leon, and it has to be either the worst experience I've ever experienced. I never thought I ever had, I had good experience. It was worst experience because one time I was in the emergency room for like, what time was it? At that time? I think it was around not 8 or 9 o'clock, right? And I left out there at 6 or 7 in the afternoon. I mean, not in the afternoon, 6, 7 in the morning.
Wow.
And I was there for a long time. I was like sitting in the emergency room. They were back there trying to figure out what to do with me, right? And then the lady came. I remember the nurse came in asking me questions, right? Oh, have you killed yourself? Have you did this? Yada yada yada. And I just said no to that because no, I never did any of that stuff. And the fact that it took them that long just to figure out what to do with me, and I was like sitting there. It felt like hours. I was starving. I was hungry.
Mhm.
I was just sitting there, doing nothing.
That's
Hours
the
and
boredom. It's just
It's
it's the unknown and not knowing, isn't it? When you
Huh?
sat there and lingering.
I just know what they're doing. Like
Yeah.
First of all, this was like, and what's made it even more suspicious when I was there was not a lot of people in the emergency room. There had to be at least at least maybe like 10 people. I've never seen anybody else that's in the emergency room. In the hospital. The hospital didn't look that busy. So I don't know what they're doing, and I tell them what they're doing. They're not telling me what they were doing.
Mhm.
So why is it taking you that long to figure out what's wrong with me? It just makes no sense. It really makes no sense.
No,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
And I
Yeah.
didn't want to go after that.
I understand your frustration so well. The one thing that you have to understand that, especially when you're dealing with grief, and it's something you're going to see your whole life.
Yeah.
The closer you are to a person, the more grief you're going to feel.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's part of the human condition, that we do feel grief, and hold on to it, because grief really is what is the price we pay for loving someone. The
100%.
deeper you feel that grief, the more you know how much you love them. So, myself as an old man who's gone through a significant amount of grief myself,
Mhm.
I can only advise you, and everybody's different, but I can only advise you that hold on to the memories you have of your loved one. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to remember them yearly, like you're doing with your granddad right now. I have a plaque up here on the wall for my best friend from childhood, who died in 1976. I have a picture of him with all kinds of little knickknacks and things to remember him. And on the anniversary that we lost him, I light a candle for him. That's from 76.
Wow.
And I still do it. Every the day that my daughter had passed away in 2010, she was 37. That day I commemorate it. We lost a set of twin girls. We in order to help us get through the grief, we got a pink and a blue teddy bear that's we use as Christmas ornaments, and we always put them front and center on our Christmas tree for Alexander and Alexandria. That's the name of our babies that we'd lost. There's things that you can do to help you get through it, but I will tell you, the grief will never leave you, but it gets a little,
100%.
but it gets easier to handle as the years go on. That's basically the advice I can give you.
No, I completely understand, because it's like, I would say in 2022, it kind of just even though it's like I still remember him and stuff like that, but it kind of I wasn't like not eating as much or anything else like that, or because I was still eating and everything, and I just got back to normal pretty much.
So in brief, what's one of your best memories of your grandfather that you really enjoy holding on to?
That's a good question. Oh, no, actually, that's a very easy question to ask. I just miss his company. Really, I just really miss his. We used to really watch a lot of World War II documentaries together, and World War II movies. I remember watching Das Boot with him, and when we watched Das Boot, kind of gave me a little bit of memories with him. So
I always felt claustrophobic with that movie.
what happened?
I always felt claustrophobic watching that movie. Get me out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When my dad died, this is back in '93. I just not long turned 21, and obviously my grandparents died before that, but I was like 13 and 17, and that was when my first real death in the family came. We've had like distant relatives pass away, but really didn't know them, so it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
My granddad and as you say, there's always a special bond with grandparents, right? And because I think what it is, I think they sort of let you get away with stuff that your parents won't let you normally get away. I think that's probably the trick. But when my dad died in '93, of course, I was still in the cadets. I wanted to go in the Air Force, so even though I was in the Air Cadets from 13, I was still in. Even though I couldn't go into the actual Air Force, I was still in as a VRT, which is a voluntary reserve training. I was at Bryce Norton, and when I told him, I wasn't on form, sort of thing, and this pilot come up to me and he goes, "What's up?" And I goes, "Sir, my dad died, and it's only been like a couple of weeks. It's kind of hard. It's my real close death in the immediate family kind of thing." And he goes, "I'll give you one piece of advice." He goes, "Remember the dead, but never forget the living." And I've always lived by that. And when my mum passed away in 2007, it felt, when I remembered that, I just got on with her memory. You know what I mean? I didn't grieve. I didn't break down. I just got on and done stupid stuff because my mum was like a child, really. You know what I mean? My mum was crazy in a way. She was
young at heart.
Yeah, but my mum would take a computer apart while it was still plugged in, for goodness sake.
Gosh.
Oh wow.
But my mum was like great. She was absolutely fantastic, great mum. But I just remember her for the stupid stuff what we did, and that's the memories I remember. Like my dad, he was a fantastic father. He lost his leg. He was a professional football player, but he lost his leg. He had to have his leg amputated. And my very best memory of him is that this lad was walking across the road. He got out of his wheelchair and he flew across the road to save this young lad before the car was going to hit him. And he vowed never to use a walking stick or a wheelchair again. So he carried on walking. And that's my memory of my father, brave guy, you know what I mean?
That was pretty brave. Yeah.
That's an awesome memory.
Yeah.
So that's the ones I remember. So if I can be half as a good dad to my boy as my father and my parents, then I'll be an happy dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
to add to that, Dale, one of the things that, and I'm sure you'll see this eventually when you get older, is that eventually people will be coming up to you that you may have forgotten. But if you impact their life, again, like Dale says, focus on the living, and you help somebody, do things with them, you essentially affect their life in some sort of positive way. Eventually, someone's going to come up to you like they did me and go, "I remember you. I ended up a banker because of you. Because of training, the things that I was that you had put me through, and the time you spent with me as a kid." And what greater thing? Talk about having immortality is by living through other people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's always going to be a big void. You know what I mean? That's just going to be the way it is,
Yeah.
And it's never going to be filled. You know what I mean? You're going to miss. I miss my mum's cooking. I miss just my dad's humour. You know what I mean? Because you try and look at context to remember those things. You know, that's one way I look at it. I look at context, the things we actually did. My mum, she would drive off out of one of her friends, and she would get lost. My mum was drive anywhere in England, she'd just get lost, and she'd call me up, or hoping one of us was at home, because we never had no mobile phones then, obviously. And she'd go, "You in?" I said, "Yeah, we're in," because this is what kind of my mum's sense of humour. "You in?" "Well, yeah, I'm on the phone. You know, of course I'm home." "And come and get us. We're lost." "Where are you?" "Don't know." "Okay, what can you see?" "Trees." It's like, okay. So that's the things I remember, because it was just stupid. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. That's like something that my grandpa would say too. If I asked him those questions, like if he gets lost, like he wouldn't tell me the exact like where he's at, like the address or whatnot, where he's at. He'd just tell me like what's the scenery of that certain place. That's why I feel like that's what he would do.
That's so awesome. I remember my grandfather. My grandfather was suffering from dementia, and so he would come in and out of this realm that we're in. And he was at the nursing home, and I went to visit him. And as he's lying there, this woman comes in with a basket. She was probably about 98 years old. She goes, "Fetch the chicken, Henry, fetch the chickens." And my grandfather, of course, he was lucid at the time. He looks at me and goes, "Do you see what I got to put up with in here?" I laughed so hard. It's something I never forgot. Oh my gosh. Good memories.
You know, but I love, this is why I love the older generation, because they got so many fantastic memories.
Same here.
You know, they the memories and the old way of, not saying that we shouldn't move forward. I'm saying it's like me and my friend was talking yesterday, not yesterday, Saturday, and we were saying, "Do you remember stuff when you was like a kid? You know, the stuff you don't hear anymore. You know." And he goes, "Yes, Sunday roast. You don't ever get that smell anymore, you know." And I goes, "You know, I don't know if Taffy Coins and Christopher Ty remembers this. We used to have a bisto, and you have two kids floating around because of the gravy smell, you know." That was all.
Bisto.
Yeah, the bisto, the advertisement of the two kids floating around, because he's like, bisto, you know.
Yeah.
And neighbours coming around for a cup of sugar or something, or the milkman cling, 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 you know, the old
the milkman, the bread man.
It's just skipping ropes, being hit on the pavement, you know. And,
my grandfather's brother was a milkman. Yeah.
So it's just stuff that you just, you know, you don't really hear anymore. Now all you hear now is an APB going off by a blinking delivery man. You know what I mean?
There's a few other things that I'm happy I don't hear anymore. For instance, back in the Cold War, we had this stupid air raid siren that kept going on. And honestly, I can't handle it. Like some people have it on their phones now. I absolutely cringe when I hear that thing. Because we used to hiding underneath our school desks in case of, as if that's going to protect you.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, things have changed so much. You never hear mothers on the front porch calling their kids to come in when the street come in.
That's because they've got electronic blinking babysitters called the Xbox.
Yeah. You hardly see the kids outside.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you went out Saturday. You know, you went to school all week, whatever, and then you go outside. And you knew exactly where all the other mates were because you looked at the bikes.
Yeah,
you know, all the bikes piled outside the house. You knew everybody was there, or it'd be
right.
After school. You'll go. Everybody was either called auntie or uncle. You're going around Auntie Lynn's for tea, so don't forget it. you know. And you're only 5, all right. I just got to walk to town on my own at 5 years old to go and go to my Auntie Lynn's, no problem, because that's the way it was back then, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And if you ever scraped your knee or banged your elbow or whatever, your mum was waiting with that dreadful Dettol, you know, or you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, yeah.
Between the Dettol, the iodine, the mercurochrome, stung like hell. Oh my! You know, there's some things I'm glad are gone.
Yeah. Have you cut yourself? No. Let's have a check.
Oh, you know, yeah, I can still feel it. It was awful stuff.
Well, when you get skaters, but we used to skate roller skates and you know,
all the gym equipment in the park were made to make you fall out of the gene pool. Because this stuff, everything would kill you. I mean, but it was fun as hell.
I mean, the only thing we had soft to land on was concrete. Now they got this wood chip and foams and stuff now, and you know, I mean, they even got foam around the blinking. I don't know. I call them designer parks. Not even fun anymore. Rebecca.
Oh no, they don't look like fun at all. I mean, would they just rock back and forth?
Imagination. There's no imagination with these
we had these whirly things with chains hanging out. You held onto them, and then you went around and you're holding onto the chains. And you're going like 50 miles an hour and lose it, and you fly about 40 feet off. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, the tire swings. Yeah, you're right. The chains, tire swings, and stuff like that. They don't have that anymore. Oh God.
Everything's so like you have to bubble wrap your kids.
Yeah, you have to, you know, line them up in mattresses and stuff like that.
No.
Yeah.
Your parents always,
you know, just kind of listening to you guys before I said anything, and it made me start thinking about my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's been gone since September of 2021.
Not that long, really.
No,
Yeah.
it was literally our first sibling that passed.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Rebecca. Tell me a good memory. Tell me a good memory.
I went riding on her motorcycle with her. I was so nervous. She says, "You got to relax, or we're going to have an accident."
When someone says you've got to relax on the motorbike for your first time, you just don't relax.
You got to relax.
There's nothing worse than a nervous passenger. My goodness.
For sure.
Wow.
You know, I miss it.
So yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Sorry, Rebecca. And obviously, as you said, it's your grandfather's birthday today. So happy birthday to a wonderful man, by the way. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna go visit him in Staten Island over the weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My mom's dad died when I was 6, so I don't remember much of him.
Right.
But I had my mom's mother until she was 92. A long time, you know, and got to learn some things about her and her family and my grandfather, you know, so having her that long was so nice.
Yeah, that would have been really nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never did meet my dad's parents because he became an orphan when his mother died.
I only just found out the other week that obviously I never met my father's parents. I met my mum's, my nan Grant, obviously, but I never met my father's side. I mean, I'm the youngest of 5. But I've only just found out the other day my dad's father, my great grandfather was in the Boer War. Oh. And my mum's parents came from America. One of my mum's parents' friends came from America, and I showed you the photograph, didn't I, Skipper?
Yeah.
So I got American descendants somewhere. I'm not sure where they're from, but it says Chicago on the back of the photograph. But I'm not sure whether that's the photograph and the photographer or that's where they were from, if that makes sense. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
it's okay. But yeah, it brings back memories of different things that we did, and and good memories.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like we're saying, history man here. Hold on to those memories because they're
hold on.
Oh yeah, 100%. I will.
yeah. And just remember, a lot of him lives through you. I mean, that's the one thing that we pass on to our kids. Carry on, it's your turn. We'll live through you. If we have, and depending on your beliefs, and I'm a Christian, and I believe I'll be watching you. You better behave.
100%. It's like I mean, according to like my let's say my generation, per se, because I was raised to a guy that was born in the early 20th century. I wasn't raised. I mean, I had Gen X parents, but the problem with them is that they've done so much bad that they've got in trouble for their own stuff. And one time my dad he got arrested at that time, and later on he was deported to Guyana. So right now he lives in Guyana. So, but he's even though he's in Guyana, he's still not good. He still asks for me for money and all this type of stuff, and I just tend to ignore it because he should lift his life up, up more, right? Yes. So, and my mother, pretty much she just gave me to my grandparents. Now, at first, my grandpa, which is understandable, my grandpa didn't want me at first because he had his own children, he had his own wife, and plus he just lost his wife. So I can completely understand that he doesn't want it to make, her business, my business, his business. You know what I'm saying? So, but as time goes on, he liked me as a dad, pretty much. And that's all I knew, because I knew my grandparents. I didn't know my parents that much, know. And as I learned, I'm not saying I don't love my parents. I just didn't like what they did and what they acted, because when my mother died, I didn't really have that same emotional reaction compared to my grandpa, because he was pretty much there for me most of the time. So I would just never forget. Huh?
That's where that big, I call it a void. I call it like something you'd never be able to fill. That's why you try and fill it with memories,
Yeah.
The thing that I'm hearing here, though, is every person here has a different family dynamic.
Yeah.
It may not be the traditional mom and dad. It could be raised by your grandparents. It could be, could be an uncle or aunt. You could be adopted out to someone else. My daughter Laura, from my first marriage, for her whole life, she always questioned whether I was her father or not. And it turned out just last week she found out I wasn't, and it broke her heart. And I looked at her. I said, "Look, honey," I said, "I'm not going to stop loving you. It's not your fault. It's just a matter that that's the way things were back then. That was their choices, not yours. So that you're loved, and just carry on and enjoy life. You've got a lot of family. You've got three. She's got 2 children, and she's got grandchildren. I'm showing my age now. You've got a family, and enjoy them while you're here.
Enjoy them while they're there. I mean, that's the reason why I want a family. Now, I know what I'm gonna say right now. It's gonna sound anti-family, but from what I've learned and from what I've known, because I always wanted to know the truth with my own family. You know what I mean? Like my biological family. I always wanted to know the truth. Every time I asked grandparent, my grandmother, or my aunts, my uncles, it just didn't really tell me the truth. Like, why they're so, for like the past years, so negative towards me all the time. Because I couldn't find that out until later. I told my friend, my grandma's friend, that recently they've been friends for years, right? So she used to be my my babysitter since I was like a kid, right? And my grandmother knew this person for years. They were like friends. So if I cried or if I, my grandma just didn't want me, if I like became like much of a nuisance, she sent me to Hazel. That's her name, by the way. So she
Right.
was there, right? So they know him for years. They know each other for years. She recently came in, like this was like last year, I believe. So this was the last days when I was at my grandparents' house. So she was there to for rent for my grandma's house because my grandpa's house was huge. He had like at least 6 bedrooms, right? So he had 3 bedrooms, including my grandpa's office. But he turned it into an office. But that's bedroom, right? And you have bedrooms downstairs. She lived downstairs, and they were arguing like left and right because my grandmother lost my grandpa. She's lonely, she needs help, she needs friends to hang out with or whatnot, even though she has plenty of friends. So I didn't understand that. She would go to bother Hazel even after a long day of work. Can you shop with me? Can you do this? Can you do that? That sort of nature. And Hazel doesn't really do that. She doesn't really go out very much. Hazel's a very quiet person, so she doesn't really go out much and she doesn't really buy stuff. So she came from a long day of work, and you're telling her to go ask your friends. Why do you have to go and ask Hazel to bother her? All that stuff, right? So they stopped being friends, right? So one time I called Hazel. She lives in Guyana now, but she comes to the States to buy. She's a reseller. She has a store. So she comes to the States and she buys and resells here, right? And then she does the same thing in Brazil, So she goes to Brazil and does the same thing, So I told Hazel, I said, Hazel, these people longer than I do. What's wrong with them, right? And then she just spilled the beans of what happened, because pretty much it's like, my biological grandfather. So my grandmother had 4 kids, right? And my biological grandfather, who's in Guyana right now, I met him, by the way. He didn't want to take care of the kids anymore. He's like, nope, I ain't dealing with this. You got to do this on your own. So he left her. Then my grandmother went to Suriname, which is the next country over. If you know that geography of South America, North and South America, she went to Suriname, that country, next country over. She went there to work. And then it's like, she has these 4 kids, and then they went to somebody else. It's a relative, nobody, but I don't know who that relative is. So that broken family kind of had that trauma, I guess, whatever that they had. I can't speak for it because I wasn't there, but just knowing that I must have trauma since they were a kid because their parents wasn't really there with them. So that's the reason why my parents are worse, but I still have family members that are just so negative all the time, and it's just insane. I just didn't really like it, especially when I was like depressed too, because that hurted me the most. And now I learned what happened, and actually, I'm kind of happy to know what happened because I wanted to do this for a long time, and my family has been keeping this a secret from me for some reason.
It does sound like you have a fairly good support system with you now, though, regardless of your parents, right?
Yeah, I have people that support me and stuff like that. It's a huge, long story, but I got people that support me though. I'm okay.
That's the main thing.
Hey, Hazel calls me almost every day, so even though she's literally across the Atlantic Ocean, you know what I mean? But she wants to know if I'm okay, all of this type of stuff, and I said, yeah, I'm fine, so I'm just.
I'm sorry, I gotta jump in. I see Devil Dog is jumped on the panel here. How you doing, Devil Dog?
I'm saying hi to some people.
Shoot
Good.
off guys as well.
All right, if I got to shoot off, I just want to say condolences to Blistering, but I don't know if you saw his chat. He had a pretty rough time as well, and EAC as well, and man, I come on here. And I meet incredible people. Strong, incredible people, and it's just mind blowing, isn't it? You know what I mean? But I'm going to leave you guys because I've got to obviously be up to do this stupid thing tomorrow. And you guys look after yourselves. Take care. Look after yourself, History Man, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
And Rebecca, lovely to see you as always. Devil Dog, sorry I can't say, brother. I hope you're doing good. Skipper, thank you for having me, brother. Mayors, Blistering, Marlin, Christopher Ty, EAC, Polar Bear, and many, many others. Wish me luck on that, right? Oh, gosh. I hate those bloody forms. Patty, look after yourself. It's nice to see you, Patty, as well.
We'll see you on your channel
I'll see you on Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
9 p.m. GMT. I'll see you then, guys. Take care, Tappy. I don't know if he's still here. I think he'll be back.
Probably wait for you to play
If
Crib.
you're free tomorrow, Skip, I'll give you a call.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Right, look after yourself, guys. Have a nice evening. And
Yeah. All right.
Peace.
bye, everybody.
So what's new there, Mr. Devil Dog?
Oh, not much, man. Just been helping people all day.
I need to turn my speaker down. You guys want to see something I made for myself?
Always.
Sure.
And it is for me. I went on Missouri Outlaw Randy and I finished this beautiful scarf for
Oh,
myself.
that's nice.
This was all one yarn. And it's just something to put on, that makes me look a little bit prettier.
Looks pretty nice.
It's definitely a southern scarf because the northern scarves are a lot thicker.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's more for just dressing up, and
It looks nice. I love the colors in it. It looks a bit sparkly too.
it is. So I finished this today. It's
Oh,
a little itchy. I don't know what kind of yarn this is. It kind of feels like merino in a way, but I made it for myself, so just something different.
what's this? I helped a hedgehog a few hours ago. The only hedgehogs I help are the ones I eat. Goodness. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet up here in Edmonton. It's our Monday here, and we're just, of course, Monday where you are too. But for us retirees, Monday is kind of like, okay. now
It's
what?
Tuesday. It's Tuesday where Jonesy is.
That's true.
Yeah,
I finally got around to sending Jonesy a sticker. Quite new, so
I keep wondering if he's gotten his package yet. He said I would be the first one to know that he gotten it, so he hasn't Facebook timed me and said, "Hey, I've gotten it." Like, come
Devil
on.
Dog's dragging his feet on mine.
Well, mine too.
I already know what yours contains, Skipper.
And you
Hey,
know
it's got
And you
good
know
stuff in it though.
And I know what mine, the one that I gifted to him, I know what it contains. He hasn't done a mail call yet.
Well, I'm behind on a lot of mail calls. I just put out a mail
Yes,
call last
you are.
week. It was squirrels.
Oh,
It takes a lot of effort for me to put out mail calls, and I'm constantly helping people, so I lack time and everything else. I got to get with Skipper here and help him on something. And I'm working with other people too. Plus, I just got off the phone with 1, 2, 3 people at the same time. Just no, one of them. And I forgot DJ was on the other line. See, I was on the phone with DJ. Somebody called me for help. I switched over to them. I guess DJ hung up, And then somebody else called me for help, so I helped them. And then another person called me for help, so I helped them. And I was on Skipper's Live here just in chat and stuff while I was on the phone with them. So, and then I texted another guy, and he said he's waiting to hear something maybe this evening. And so that's what I'm doing. My mail calls like get pushed to the back seat when I have a lot of other stuff. And right now I'm tired.
That, bro. Fully understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, currently I'm sitting here trying to. I was actually getting really active with the different veteran organizations, including my OSIS group. But son of a gun, the Canadian Government PSAC went on strike.
Yes.
So I get an email from them going, "You will not contact them. You will not have any groups sessions outside our normal times." And it was like a mile long. I'm going, "You guys understand? I'm not a paid staff. I'm a volunteer on this. And if I see one of my brothers or sisters that are in pain that need help, I'm going to get them some help. Because you guys are on strike and you can't, you're not allowed to cross your damn picket lines. Too bad. People need help. They need help. So I've already kind of stretched the rules a little bit, and I got together with a couple of the guys to give them a hand and whatnot. But geez, one contact person in BC I'm allowed to send them to. British Columbia. Might as well be in Taiwan. Like, good grief. So yeah, that's helping me keep busy. And of course, you notice my wife is now active on YouTube. Yay.
Oh, your wife has a YouTube channel now.
Yeah, it's called Fun Dining in Alberta, and that's going to cause me to gain weight. You know, we and she loves it. She absolutely means that she can go out to all these restaurants all over the province, right? And because we used to be food critics, it was something that we did. I was actually a writer for Leduc County this week. So now we're doing it on YouTube. And it's a blast. And she's great. She looks much better on film than I do. So she does most of the talking. It's great. And that's my blurb for today.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was showing my wife the toque. This is
right.
I'm gonna end up with. Look at it, isn't it pretty?
That is great.
Yeah. And believe it or not, Devil Dog, the place that are making my costumes I need for Christmas, is down towards you.
Really?
Holy mackerel! Do they want a lot of money?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to cost me $3,000 US to get the outfit that I need.
Holy cow!
Yeah, 3,000.
That's outrageous.
It is, but boy, oh boy, it's a nice one. I'll show you. If I can get out of this thing here.
All right, y'all. Much as I wait to stay here, but I want to go outside and do some stuff. So
you know what? You go ahead. You enjoy the nice weather if you do have nice weather down there.
well, yeah.
There's the outfit I want right there.
Bigify yourself.
Don't you have a lot of those outfits?
No, I got the ones that are in the mall, but I don't. You get 5 people wearing the same outfits. Ew.
Oh wow.
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 Yeah, that's the one I want right there. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'll start growing my beard in June.
Skipper.
Yeah.
Also want to tell you some news too. I'm getting some coins too as well. So
you're
I know you're happy about that. So
yeah, so it's not just record. Well, of course,
I'm getting records like next month. I'm planning. First I want to see how much money I have. That's the first thing I want to do. But But I'm getting some coins this month. So, and oh boy, you got some interesting treats. You mind if I just show them online real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Absolutely.
Because I don't have them in me, but I just tell you what I ordered. And it's amazing. So I'm gonna go share my screen, and I'm gonna go to Numista and show you what I have. Let's see. I want to present. Show screen. There we go. StreamYard here. Share that. All right. See if we can show on my screen right now. Because I don't have them, but I don't have them with me. But I want to show you what I got. So I got a Dominican coin. It is a 1 centavo. It's it's a copper coin. And trying to. Oh, it's bronze. My bad, but it's still a nice, good looking coin. Take a look at that. Got this for probably for $5. Is it showing?
Yep. Yeah, showing really well.
Okay. And shows the commemorative of after when Spain tried to invade the Dominican Republic, and it was like during the Civil War, but they managed to kick them out of there. That's amazing to me, how a small little island just kicks out a huge major power. So they're celebrating that here. This coin, and it's from 1963.
See, now that excites me because it's not just a coin. You're looking at the history behind it. And that's the part about collecting, especially numismatics, is to focus on, well, what went on during that period? What does it represent? It's far more interesting. So that's Are you going to be focusing on just this country, or are you going to?
No, I collect all over, man. All over. I have a lot of Dominican coins because where I'm at, I have a huge Latin community. Most of them are Dominicans.
Right.
So they just pretty much just give me the coins, and and I don't have a Dominican coin this old. And my oldest one is, I have to sign in this to figure out what's my oldest one. But I'm guessing I have a 25 centavo from 67. I think that's the oldest one I have. I'm not too sure though. But I do most countries though. But
yeah, very nice.
This one's pretty neat. I do love that one. So
and you're going to be using the Numista, right?
Huh?
For recording all your collection, you're going to be using the Numista?
Yeah. It helps me out a lot.
Yeah, it is really good.
Yeah.
Well done.
And then I'm getting another coin from Russia. It's from Tsarist Russia. So a year before the Russian Revolution happened. So let's see, it's right here. And it's 10 kopecks, but I have to find it. And I think it's 65% silver. The coin, if I count right from the top of my head. But
yeah, a lot of the countries had odd percentages.
They do, yeah. They have a bunch of percentage when it comes to silver. Okay, that's 2 kopecks. Okay, we're at the 10 kopecks. Okay, so trying to look for it. Nope, it is 50% silver. But it looks like this.
Very cool.
Seems like a good silver coin. And then I brought my daily bags of my 1 pound bag of just coins.
Excellent.
And I have to tell what they are because I don't know what they are, and they're coming.
Well, just don't forget your records.
Oh yeah, I'm getting definitely. I gotta see how much money I have because I did spend a lot of money today, so I gotta see how much I have, and then but I still won't forget the records though,
Yeah,
because
that's
I will be posting.
well, as they say, if you're a collector, 9 times out of 10, you're not just collecting one item; you're collecting other things too.
I collect other things. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
surprised to see what some people are collecting. I can almost guess what Rebecca's doing, and Devil Dog, and the rest of them are collecting all kinds of interesting items, including we're a big fan of stickers.
Yeah, I need to. Is your address on your about page?
On mine?
Like-
yes.
Well, I don't think so. But if you just my email is so just
Okay,
email.
I'll email you because I have your stickers to send to you.
Yeah, yeah, and you've sent me stuff already.
Did I send you a sticker already? I
No,
hope
no,
so.
you sent me
Blanket.
a blanket.
I miss. Yeah, well,
She didn't
I
have
didn't write
stickers
the
back
address
then.
down.
You didn't write the address down. That's right.
I got somebody calling me, Skip.
Yeah,
I
I'm
will-
actually going to end the stream now. I'm way past. I was only supposed to go for like 2 hours, so I'm like
Okay, yeah.
Gary. I'm like Gary. I'm like, oh, okay, I've gone too far. So I thank you everybody for coming on out today.
No problem.
I've managed to actually sort through all my coins. I'm getting a grab bag ready here to go out as $100 grab bag, and we'll. I also want to get the stickers out. I got my first batch of stickers here. If anybody wants them, just email me at redcoat7121@yahoo.com. In fact, I'll write it down right here so you know it.
Well, Skipper. I'll see you. I guess I'll see you around.
Yeah, don't be a stranger. There it is. There's the email address. Anybody who wants a sticker, I'll send them out. And come November, hopefully, Devil Dog will be finished my Christmas stickers for Santa, and I'll send them out too.
All right.
Oh,
I'll see you later.
twist my arm. That's one of the things I collect too. All right, guys. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll be back on with CCA Wednesday. I guess it's Wednesday with Dale, and I'll pop in other channels with the rest of you.
That'd be great.
Okay, take care.
I will.